It's Nancy today. I'm going to answer some of your comments in my inbox, you see. Okay. So let's see. Dina Emily has made a comment on Nancy today, returning up the hill from the river number 3. Crunch, crunch, crunch through the leaves and brush. You get a workout just getting up the hill. It's true, but not as much of a workout as I got 2 times ago. And Dr. Coyle said about the music of the river. Let me go, see if I can go page down. I was watching that video as I read your beautiful comments. My beautiful comments. The birds are so lovely, and that river so wonderful to hear. I can see why you went there so much as a child. Yes, it was amazing. Mountain Cave Dwellers, subscribed. Let's drag that over here to the subscribed file. Listening to the river. Dina Emily said, I needed this. Thanks, dear. Well, you're welcome. I thought maybe somebody would like hearing just sitting by the river for a while without me interrupting so much. Woodsy Drive. That would be terrible not to have any brakes on your bike. Yeah, around here it's pretty steep sometimes. Sorry, it's late at night. And Dina Emily said about squish pecans, it did used to be your student ID and driver's license number. That has been changed. I'm glad to hear that's been changed. That was about the social security number. That's called a rain dog. Oh yeah, that little circle that's around the sun, and one little part of it was like a rainbow. Rain dog. That means rain is coming, right? Hey, get back. Okay. Hi y'all. Loved it. You're so funny. That's about my squish pecans. I don't know what was funny in it, but let me see. I have to go down like this on this one. So, Aunt Connie said that she really enjoyed the A League of Their Own. I was watching that video. Oops. And this one was, help is always nice. Good to see you have friends and family to help. Yeah, that was really wonderful. And about second safety deposit box. LOL, the 1 second video. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It was actually 3 seconds long. Just long enough to say, I started to say that, I think I do this so it'll put me to sleep so I can go to sleep tonight. Oh my gosh, it's almost midnight. Coconut Baby said, lol, this 1 second video, that was the safe deposit boxes. I was showing you the wall, and I was about to tell you that you need 2 keys to put in there. The bank has one and you have one. Denise said, well, I guess that's a Facebook. Hi Nancy, how are you doing? You've been writing lots of journals. You write very well, and thanks for keeping in touch with your friends. May I ask if you celebrate Christmas? Of course we celebrate Christmas. I was going to send you a card. I was not sure if it should be for holiday or Christmas. Christmas. I don't actually live in Algonquin Park. I don't think people are allowed to live in Algonquin Park, but this whole area is the same as Algonquin Park. It's just that that's been designated. So, let's see. I'll have to give you my I'll have to give you my address. I'm not doing that over YouTube though. Okay, I have to respond to that. I'm sorry. This is the CBC Evening News. Delete that one. Okay, I thought Charlie Brown owned Snoopy. Lol, just kidding. Yeah, you know, there's this guy was named Charlie Brown, and we all made fun of him. He owned an outfitting store. I told you about that. I don't know if I labeled those videos right. So, Social Security Office. No, not really about that at all. It's at the government building, but as to how to put it in the GPS, I haven't a clue. Yeah, that was a little tricky. Dakota Coda 77 said, Nancy, I enjoy watching you. Thank you. You know, sometimes I think that I don't do a whole lot in my life that has a lot of meaning. Helping take care of my mom, that's very good. That's meaningful. That's something that is useful and appreciated. But most of what I do is just whatever I feel like, which is not really very helpful sometimes. So I appreciate it, Dakota Coda 77, for saying that you enjoy watching me. Two Cup of Teas said, God bless you, hugs, Debbie X. Oh, that I must have sneezed, thank you. Two Cup of Teas has made a comment on Nancy today, how not to get out of a kayak. When Nancy says, press the button, press the button. Whoa. Happy Christmas to you all. Love, Debbie X. Brown Butterfly. Ah, said Nancy, you are wonderful. Well, thank you. I've never met you, Brown Butterfly. Welcome. Wish I could really meet all you guys. It's not the same to just talk to a camera. The Matt Cole has made a comment on Nancy today, 80 hours to Georgia, Part 19. You said there are 2 territories, but aren't there 3? Yes, there used to be 2. I've been there 33 years, and none of it is a new one. And it's only been there for the last, well, to me it's like 3 years, but it's probably 10 now. But aren't there 3? Yukon, Northwest, and Nunavut. Maybe because you thought that Nunavut and Northwest were connected. See, they used to be the same one. Also, can you please make another baking cooking video? It's getting very dull over here. You could watch some of the past ones, you know, but maybe you've watched them all. I made banana bread here in my mom's house today, but I don't feel I don't have the right to make videos in my mom's house, because this is her house and it's her private world. Morgan May 1 said about Nancy's Day 10-minute oil change. He is just checking to make sure you don't have any leaking gasket, or seals that may have caused the low oil level. Man, that low oil level. I always get the oil changed by the time the little sticker that they give us, it's 5,000 kilometers. And I always get it changed in time, which is about once a month, maybe every 3 weeks. Willem drives, he commutes with that car, so it's but anyway, sometimes it's a little longer. But this time I drove all the way down here without doing it. And I've never known that we had low oil before. Maybe we're burning oil, I guess. Maybe the engine is blah blah blah. Gracies, GRACIEZZZ, says, made a comment on Nancy today driving through Athens. Our Constitution gives Americans the right to bear arms, but the Obama administration is increasingly presenting an anti-gun agenda. 203948 tag said on Nancy Day returning up the hill from the river, it's weird seeing ivy growing wild. Well, you see, the ivy's just gotten away. It wasn't wild. See, when we moved here, this house, I mean, it's a pretty steep slope, and then I guess the front lawn is flat, and then The house would be where my knuckles are, and then it goes really down. And so there was nothing but red clay. So they put the lawn in, and then right over by the edge of the house where it goes down, right by the driveway, that was really steep, and of course it was Georgia red clay, and when you get water rushing over, it'll just wash the whole thing down. And so for years my parents were really adamant, you don't go on that place, we're trying to get ivy to grow there. So they got the ivy to grow there, and then there was also this, this, where my ring is there, you see, it was very big drop off or steep, and so they ordered a whole bunch of logs, and they got these logs and they put them across, and they sort of terraced that whole big slope. That was called the logs. And then they tried to get ivy to grow on that to hold it. And so that was a big deal to get the ivy to grow, because the ivy would hold it eventually. But that was 1963. 70, 80, 90, 100, so that's 46 years ago they started that, and the ivy grew, and now the ivy has gone down into the woods, and it's gone up in the trees, and it will kill the trees. And anyway, so yes, looks like it's growing wild, but it's really not growing wild. It's because it's just continued to grow 46 years later. Birds at the river. Tag said, this is 203948 Tag, said, I love the sounds birds make, so relaxing. I would be able to sit there all day. A hammock would be nice, huh? Yeah, it would be awesome to have a hammock. Man, if I'd only brought a hammock. Maybe I could bring one next time if I'm coming back. I've got to go home for Christmas and come back. Maybe a little nap here, read a book, sit and watch the birds, a little nap there. How lucky you are to have grown up there. Not everyone gets a river. I know, and I never realized it when I grew up. I used to envy the neighbors who had carpets, wall-to-wall carpeting, and I thought, we were really poor because we just had wooden floors. Man, I didn't realize until I grew up that wooden floors, like hardwood floors, were an awesome thing. I mean, it was just because the house is new, I guess, was new at the time, and that was just what was here. But I guess my dad, having grown up in upstate New York, but having lived and worked in New York City, he really wanted nature, and he had been, in a high-rise in New York City, so he knew the value of being surrounded by nature, and he wanted a river. It's quite shocking that it was so red and dirty when we moved here, but we got used to it. It's not really dirty, it's just full of silt. Yeah, a hammock would be awesome if we had a hammock down there. That would be really great. I could sit in it, it would be up above the level where the river floods all the time. I wonder if I could make a hammock here. I wonder if there's a thick enough kind of fabric I could use. I bet there is. I'll just have to figure it out. About listening to the river, Tag said, what a relaxing spot to sit and listen to the birds and water. I think it's good to have times to sit and relax. Definitely. Brenda Innie, I'm sorry I didn't answer your comment or read your comment. Listening at the river. Nancy, are you okay? You seem a little depressed. We love you and you make my day better with your videos. Very good to watch. Thank you. Well, I'm more circumspect. I can't just talk about every single thing because I'm with my mom taking care of her and it's her private life. I can't just talk about everything. It's not like my kids. I mean, I suppose that's their private life too, but it's different. And so I can't talk about everything. It's just how change is. Change is very different. Well, that's why they call it change. Brenda Aney. Daney. Brendaney. I want to say Ninny. Brandani has made a comment on Nancy Day Birds of the River too. Looks so peaceful and relaxing. It is. And she said as I returned up the hill, crunch, crunch. Never notice it crunching when I'm walking there. Okay, Somo, S-E-W-M-O-E, posted a comment on my profile. Nancy, you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. You don't know how that made me feel. Thanks for the car ride. Looking out the window made it seem so real. We think you're beautiful, but looking out the window is like riding with you. You are so fine. I guess that's talking about whether pointing the camera at myself or out the window. We love you and you're in our prayers. Several of my friends watch your videos too. I love my soaps too. Thanks, Ruthie. You're welcome, Ruthie. Thank you. What nice things to say to me. You think I'm beautiful, but looking out the window is like riding with me. It is, isn't it? And I try and turn the camera and show you things as we're driving past. Jeff, 1Z, has made a comment on Nancy Day Normal Hardware on Prince Avenue. Love the old hardware stores, not many left. Sorry. Patrick, Argentina, talked about Nancy Today automated post office Cecilia soap. The machine is cool, but it looks more difficult than just giving the package to the man. Well, that's true. But you know, sometimes hey, stop doing that. Ah, wrong way. Sometimes I don't know how much soap I can send for a certain amount of money. And so sometimes I'll try and add more soap and see if I'm still under the amount, the weight is within the boundaries. So then it'd be nice to just do it on the scale myself. Okay, it's after midnight. 8 minutes after midnight. I've been talking a long time. My baby handprint, Dina Emily, said, oh, how sweet. That's what I thought when I saw it. And on banking, Nancy Day Banking, Dina Emily says, Sears used to be there, but now Sears is in the Georgia Square Mall. Yeah, I got a little confused about when 78 forks and one part becomes 316 or Epps Road or something and the other one goes straight. They've changed everything around. And Gina Emily also said they monitor the intersections and will take your picture if you run the red light and mail you the ticket. They do that they used to do that in Ontario. For a while, this one government came out with those cameras and there was such an uproar. People thought it was invading their privacy. Hello? It's like, if you're going to do something illegal, do you have a right to be not found out? How could that invade your privacy? If you think about it as you're robbing a store, and the cameras are in the store and catch you on the camera, so the camera is invading your privacy. So do you go to make moves to have those cameras, security cameras, removed from everywhere? So I was really glad to see that they have not been overrun by people's opinions and desires to blah, 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 blah. That is to say, where everyone goes. I don't know what, I have to see the video. And we have black, white, and yellow churches. Now does that mean the color of the outside of the churches are black, white, and yellow? Or the colors of the people are black, white, and yellow? Actually, they're probably brown. And what is this? Peach? Not really. I don't know what that color is. Beige. We have, and yellow. Who are the yellow people? That would be Chinese. Okay. Now, Dina Emily said you would need to get to Bishop Park. Oh yeah, the farmer's market. Yeah, that's so cool that you know where I am and you were talking to me about where I was driving. the current, you would need to get to Bishop Park. That's where the current farmers market is now. We have it on the basketball court. We're closed for the winter. Excuse me. I gotta go to sleep. Driving through Athens. I always just donate to the Salvation Army or Goodwill. We've been doing that too. Dina Emily said that. What used to be the Army Navy School, no more. I think they closed it. Well, it had the sign out. It looked like the Army Navy School or the Navy School. Smile, beautiful. We see you. Love the new coat, darling. Thank you. Isn't it beautiful? It's so warm. It's so nice. And Dina Emily also said on Normal Hardware on Prince Avenue, we've used Riddex, but never the root killer. Well, we're using the root killer just because we know that there are roots in there. Dina Emily said, I've never been there. Lol, I live here, but I've never been to that place. Neat. That's the Normal Hardware store. Yay, $10 is $10. That's right. When he was changing, when I was done at the oil change place, he gave me a 10% discount or something because I was, or $10 discount because I was new. And Patrick Argentina said about Nancy State's Social Security office, what a good thing that you're able to upload videos longer than 10 minutes now. Yes, that is absolutely right. It's because I do this partners thing. So they put advertisements on some of my stuff. And Dina Emily said about blue skies, nothing but blue skies do I see. So funny. You mentioned that about the Bulldogs. I'm not a big fan either, and I used to work there. Lol. Yeah, I thought about it afterwards. It's probably not very nice to say things about the local team, and I just couldn't handle the partying that went with it all. I like hands too. He has nice hands. Yeah, I was zooming in on his hands. What was the reason? I forget. I think it's time to go to sleep. 12:13. Dina Emily said, you do lots, and you're just like me and forget things, though. I think most people forget things. Yeah, but letting your car oil run dry. I haven't been driving it since I got here. I just felt that I should drive it. Dust in the Wind, that's a beautiful song, Patrick says. And Dina said he's so nice about the guy who's doing my oil change. Well, you've been talking, and he had to tell you other things. That's true, that's why it took so long. No, dear, don't crank the car, you could hurt him. I know. Now, everything he said is okay. Air filter is normal. You do need to keep a check on the transmission fluid, and the radiator just needs to be topped off. No problem. After the cleaners, somebody said you can buy it at Walmart and Kroger, maybe other grocery stores as well. I don't like buying things at Walmart. I only go to Walmart if there's something that I can't find anywhere else. Then I might get it at Walmart. But I don't think it's a good idea to do all your shopping there, because it puts the other guys out of business, and then there's no competition. Then they can jack their prices up sky high, and nobody can go anywhere else because there is nowhere else anymore. After the cleaners, yay, great job mailing soap and dropping off rug. Yeah, wasn't that rug beautiful? Now, Dina said about my white coat today to the cleaners, it's a white coat. Funny that you call it camo. I guess for home it would be camo. Yeah, they've got a foot of snow now. A foot. And so camo is what it is. You wear that coat and no animals can see you. No, dear, there's another one across the road. There's Alps and Beechwood. Don't know what that one was about. That was on to the cleaners. And Ningas Kungon 909 has made a comment on Nancy today by baby handprint. That is so precious and such sweet memento of you as a baby. Yes, that was really nice of my mom to save it. Okay, I'm gonna go. Good night.